Kanye West, the mercurial genius whose sonic innovations reshaped hip-hop and whose unfiltered candor has both elevated and ensnared him in cultural crosshairs, unleashes a torrent of raw emotion in a pivotal scene from his upcoming documentary that has already ignited fierce debate across social media and therapy circles alike. Titled In Whose Name? The film captures an incendiary exchange in a sun-drenched Calabasas kitchen, where West, his voice rising like a storm front, screams at Kris Jenner, his then mother-in-law, amid her desperate pleas for him to resume his medication regimen. "Y'all demasculated me and made me feel like a piece of ST," West bellows, his words a jagged indictment of the family's influence during his most vulnerable moments. "And the only reason you got away with it is because I was medicated." The 48-year-old artist, clad in his signature minimalist attire, paces the marble island like a caged lion, his eyes flashing with a mix of defiance and despair. Jenner, the indomitable 69-year-old architect of the Kardashian empire, kneels in a posture of supplication, her voice trembling as she begs, "Please ye just try, for Kim, for the kids." It's a moment of unvarnished intimacy, a family therapy session gone public, that strips away the gloss of reality TV to reveal the jagged edges of mental health battles, marital implosions, and the high-wire act of fame's tightrope. The scene, filmed sometime between 2019 and 2025 as part of a sprawling 6-year chronicle of West's life, erupts from a seemingly innocuous conversation about accountability for his 2016 hospitalization, a manic episode that thrust him into the spotlight as both victim and villain. West, grappling with what was initially diagnosed as bipolar disorder, a label he later reframed as autism in a bid to destigmatize neurodiversity, demands reckoning. "No one from the family is taking any responsibility for my hospital visit, but if you want to go online, that's 50% of what people say. At least. Am I lying?" Jenner's response, a weary deflection, "It doesn't matter," ignites the powder keg. "It does matter." West roars, his volume drowning her out as she interjects, "I haven't finished a sentence." The exchange spirals into chaos, West storming to the countertop to snatch a gray sweatshirt and his iconic red, "Make America Great Again" hat, symbols of his political provocations and unapologetic individualism, before whirling back with a probing accusation. "So what do you think? Did you have an effect on my mental health?" Jenner's dam breaks, tears stream as she confesses, "Yes. Yes. I'm saying yes. And I love you. I love you. I don't want you to be not perfect. I love you." Her plea evolves into a heartfelt wish, "I want my daughter to love you the way you want her to love you." It's a raw admission from a woman whose life has been defined by calculated control, now yielding to the unpredictable force of familial love and loss. This confrontation isn't isolated. It's the explosive core of a documentary that spans West's most tumultuous era, from the euphoric highs of his Jesus is King gospel pivot to the nadir of his 2022 divorce from Kim Kardashian and the subsequent Yeezy fallout with Adidas over anti-Semitic remarks. Married in a lavish 2014 Florence ceremony that blended high fashion with spiritual fervor, West and Kardashian built a dynasty. 4 children, North now 12 and already a budding fashionista. Saint 9 the soccer-loving scion, Chicago 7 the surrogate-born dreamer, and Psalm 6 the pandemic-era arrival, who appear in tender cameos throughout the film. Yet, beneath the curated Instagram idol lay fissures. West's 2016 Wyoming ranch breakdown, where sleep deprivation and creative mania culminated in a helicopter extraction to UCLA Medical Center, the 2018 TMZ slavery rant that polarized fans, and the 2020 election season tweets endorsing Trump while critiquing systemic racism. Kardashian, featured prominently in trailers, emerges as a co-protagonist, her voice a steady counterpoint to West's volatility. "Your personality was not like this a few years ago," she tells him in one clip, her tone a mix of concern and confrontation. In another, as West warns her of financial ruin, "Never tell me I'm gonna wake up one day and have nothing." She demurs, "It ain't no but," only for him to erupt, underscoring the power struggles that eroded their union. West's reframing of his diagnosis, from bipolar to autism, threads through the narrative like a redemptive arc, a deliberate pushback against psychiatric labels he views as reductive. "Come to find out, it's really a case of autism that I have," he states matter-of-factly in voiceover, aligning with a growing discourse in Black mental health advocacy that questions Western medicine's biases. The documentary, directed by an elusive collective of filmmakers who gained unprecedented access to West's inner sanctum, from Wyoming's Yeezy compounds to Tokyo design sessions, interweaves archival footage with new confessions. Viewers glimpse the artist's creative process, sketching Gap collaborations amid gospel choirs, debating Sunday service logistics with Rhymefest, and clashing with executives over Donda's delays. But the emotional fulcrum remains the family dynamics, with Jenner as the conflicted matriarch. Long the momager, who parlayed Kris Humphries' 72-day marriage into a billion-dollar brand, Jenner's role here is poignant, protector of her daughter's hearts, yet enabler of the spectacle that amplifies West's unhinged brilliance. The kitchen blow-up resonates because it humanizes icons often reduced to memes, West as the erratic billionaire, Jenner as the scheming puppeteer. His accusation of demasculated rings with layers, a black man in a white-dominated industry, feeling emasculated by medication's fog and familial interventions, a father whose custody battles post-divorce have been tabloid fodder, with Kardashian granted primary physical custody in 2023 amid concerns over his stability. Jenner's tears aren't performative, they're the crack in her armor, echoing her own vulnerabilities, from Caitlyn Jenner's transition to her breast cancer scare in 2023. "I love you" repeated like a mantra, it's a mother's plea transcending mogul machinations, a reminder that even in the Kardashian cosmos, love is the unscripted variable. In Whose Name? Premieres in select theaters, a cinematic exorcism timed to West's post-Censori era. Married to architect Bianca Censori since 2022, a union absent from the trailers but hinted at in epilogue teases, the film positions West as Phoenix. Therapy sessions in bi-weekly intervals, Wyoming retreats blending faith and fly fishing, and a Vultures trilogy that channels pain into platinum. Kardashian's inclusions add depth. Her clips reveal a woman navigating advocacy, her 2022 bar exam triumph, prison reform crusades, while co-parenting amid paparazzi swarms. North's doodles and Psalms piano plinks ground the grandeur, humanizing the heirs to this fractured legacy. Critics' early previews hail it as Scorsese for the selfie generation, a raw companion to Leaving Neverland's reckonings or The Jinx's twists. Social media buzzes, TikToks dissecting West screams frame by frame, therapists on podcasts unpacking the autism pivot, fans on Reddit debating if it's redemption or rage bait. For West it's catharsis, a name reclaimed amid the noise. In a culture that devours celebrity meltdowns, this scream isn't spectacle, it's salvation, family forging from Fury's forge.